ena ye kire eno no ye mfa no kwantena wiase nti nura menya abutra ne African Americans ye nuanum na wo mo no ebepre di nkomo they have wo mo less idea. In fact, even typical Ghana ni kura no mpese wo be celebrate the you see our victory and the bia no pese what history ni your political line kwa see enye ye bewuram na ya hwe na ye ekena there is another business summit ekoso MGM ye de mu bebrem ye wura ene the Lady Julia ni foundation ene business summit ni mebe koso nyina ye de bebrem kena stay here the reason show enya grow critical thinking that's how we roll. In fact utiete ye nuanom pinu a menya buta no mkasa na in fact wo nema bebre no you have no idea wo less idea. Yes, one more less idea. Yeah, and now come here in class be PM. One also din common be. Buy any din corners be design common be. One also be din corn we say kwan say be fa so na ye nuanom no. Ya mo Ashanti sama hia wo mo fi say ye kan Africa. Ekuo ba ko anei ye nyina betumi dia hohwe ho. Ashanti victory. And we it's a must for us to tell the story. And we need to educate them. Also, now we catch us schooling, completely different from education. Also, now we catch them. A lot of people in America, omako school, omo schooled, but most of them are educated. Sani ye nyina yete. Eti enra osanteni din komo bebre wakasaye. Yewura kasaye de mun samba bremo. As professional, as intelligent as he is, or politician money bebre, but still or delve into deep matters, by opening the minds of the young people in America and then Africans. Say we must embrace our victories, our history, traditions, and culture, and that is the base for every successful society. Tieni pao. And to catch them say money now, the basics, and that's the bone of contention is to educate woman, educate woman, tell school and some educate them about your history and culture. Ubetimi akọ school tententi broni na ukọ school one chero. Eti yenu anu bebre no tie ya professors for me some say what exactly do you know about your culture, Ashanti culture or any culture enough? You see, also almost say none. They have less idea about some of the cultures, some traditions and history now. You can more less idea. Can you imagine this? Almost more less idea. And onim yan chereno. It will crowd catcher and say, "Oh, so na nanu defeat abrofuni bi." Onim. In fact, a typical Ghana ni nukra wate Ghana sisiano. What mu hwe? O catcher or tese obi okra. Oh no, the end say we a political jealous animal. Eti. I make crime person say Africans and as will be a bibinina of fighting against abrofo a defeat abrofo obi to Ghana say akwa compare you now how much more but dear yemi then say the African American are ready to learn how much more would you daki out to Ghana. They are ready to learn, and in fact they were so happy to see say woman so the kings now ye will be na British for Belgium for the war woman. We have strong kings are your kings are kesiye Krobia Sante in Yamikasi Otumfour Yamikasi with the richness of our traditions and culture. History is behind our backbone. We let it go. The reason show.
This is the reason show. Before they sheba.
Eti yebewura sansem no mu. Ye nuanu didi nkomo bebre yebewuram because ensem bebre ayi business say no almost one more less idea. We so a professor. We a professor, madam, we a professor. We need a professor. Let
me ask you. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
What's your name?
My name is Lori Jean Akambi.
Okay. So today you're going to meet the king of Ashanti.
Oh, I'm going to meet him directly?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know that they were going to have a receiving line.
No. I mean, you're going to meet him live here. He's going to arrive. What's your name?
I'm Camila Woodson, Dr. Camila Woodson. I'm a professor here at Howard.
Okay, we're a professor at University of Howard University. We're a professor, but we're a professor. Makacho says education, kuna schooling, tiasiesa. Obey my research. We're a professor.
University.
Very good. So, what brought you here?
Well, I was invited by various members who are from Ghana, but I've actually been invited to be installed as a queen mother.
Queen mother for Ashanti
in Ahwe, the woodcarvers village.
Wow.
So I'm so excited.
So the Ghanaians are watching you, Ashanti Kingdom are watching you.
Hey y'all, I'm coming.
So also you be seeing him baby at the wood village, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Kumasi. Yes.
So do you understand Etisang?
Aye.
Oh my gosh. I see a year. Right. So
this is my son Noah.
This is your son. What's your name?
Noah.
So do you understand Etisang?
No.
Okay, so that's Ashanti language. So you say Etisang means how are you?
You say aye.
A year means I'm fine. Etisang a year. A year. A year. So are you happy to see the king today?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know him?
No.
Oh, that's your first time.
But let me tell you what's so amazing. So in the United States, they often tell us that our history starts with slavery, and I wanted to make sure my son got to see royalty,
the royalty
and to know
that's right
that we are descendants of people whose feet don't have to touch the ground.
Wow. So let me ask you one question. Yes. So in the school,
okay, but I was saying in the United States, the cultural history now started from slavery. But me and meaning some history be far beyond over slavery, because we were fighting, we were strong before slavery. We were having kings and queens before slavery. It is a ubetimi a school set day. So also the school and a better history as here, they will tell you the wrong side of the history. It is a whole professor or a professor. I was school name University of Howard. Or say ye history no from there slavery. Near the chase a good nine and near the neko near catching as one and crown ton. Look at this nonsense. Now, to your question, Busano, I say, Bajo. There we go. I say.
From basic to now to higher education, what did you learn exactly about the Ashanti Kingdom? They are the black community. Nothing.
It's something you have to learn. And I've been.
Bajo Ote, I say nothing. A professor was nothing. But also I say, no one on him said, ye wo baby or no free any root no. Ye wo kings and queens got their feet does not touch the floor. How beautiful it is. Bronia, ko packaging kama. Akwa package no. Ure Halloween. And now before Momokoji Halloween. And now to America. I mean, sometimes I don't blame them because they chosen to live there. So and now before Halloween, obe kono akoto to skeleton abesini fie. No ato skeleton. But you see, Brony and the nya say, nenananum there's a kings they don't their feet does not touch the floor. Do the professor and was say no nim se bibi sa kra ho. Na ye ni history ni ye chere no free there slavery. Interesting times ahead. But before slavery no, na ye were kings and queens. Na ye were fighters, warriors. Na ye were warriors. What a teeny beauty, professor Anibu.
But let me tell you what's so amazing. So in the United States, they often tell us that our history starts with slavery, and I wanted to make sure my son got to see royalty,
the royalty
and to know
that's right
that we are descendants of people whose feet don't have to touch the ground.
Wow. So let me ask you one question. Yes. So in the school, from basic to now to higher education, what did you learn exactly about the Ashanti Kingdom? They are the black community. Nothing.
It's something you have to learn. And I've been to Ghana a lot of times with the Association of Black Psychologists. And so I know about Ghana. And ironically, the Santahini was here 5 years ago. And I was able to come to his house and see how beautiful that was for Akoside. So I love Ghana. Ghana loves me. And I'm just so pleased.
So, according to this professor, I say nothing. In fact, while finishing nothing, you have to do it by yourself. Ntina nyam nwa say kill no video we mu e chana me post full video on enyam nwa say all of the students, the people who came there, our brothers and sisters, African Americans, na Ghana for class of the young kakra nothing yem pese ye be kire about wo rich culture, rich history, in fact your victories, but in life you cannot always celebrate your downfalls. No, you must also embrace your history. Your enema see a bell lifto and your only negativity in Kwan. On the problem I no. And the young crowd be brace on Tiasia. Enti omo ntia se de ntia Asante for ye pese because na Asante kura history na ye nuanom ni mu a how much mo maka. Say Africa no e de history pa na akokere hwan. O go kire hwan. And all the Egypt out of where you are so. Destroy everything. And then I watch African, you know. And this Ashanti history crown, people don't know. Now why I'm gonna for Fante for and Cran for. Why Busa me Busa says here. Why history banner? Oh, you are so being. Obian history be for African home. And they every day they bury African history. And the young so you can't be. And they nobody on crop for descendants, you know, they will have less idea. It no Eureka son, what can I say? Africa is not only about what? Tourism, me call holidays, me call music, me call tear music, me call difufu. No, there's something bigger than that. Now one better your problem. So that's what Otumfour was taking by himself, moving around the continent, the world, to let the people understand that we also have some victories. Imagine. Ebeden abronia kwachira wo university so we see mako school on chira say Africa on today baby friend Africa no there is Africans that they stood on their feet, defeated the British obeka on chira da. And so in America 1776 Civil War, American Civil War, they will tell you said this history is important. In fact, if you are immigrant now person naturalizing my America now nim sanima basics we you can't. You must know the Independence Day. Who founded the independence? The fighting here, to be free from the British. They are telling them. But in Africa, there is a Kuobia from Ashanti for defeated the British, stood against, defended them, said, we want to rule ourselves. We don't want the Europeans or the British to rule us. So Africans, you're from Ashanti for try to control the land, rule their own people. So Broni so who say yes, we are able to defend them, defend ourselves, and then you defeat the British, we chase the British away. So your victories, your master don't want you to learn. And to what me a school down, but so only educated about a lot of things. And when it comes to the Africanism, so-called Pan-Africanism, you must not see. You must get more education from the base. I see, Mama. Where is she from? Yeah, also free Connecticut to baby. So, American citizen, but also free Ghana and here on trace where Ashanti also free here. Hokrom so mra na omomono and ohima. Now you sent here and you another one. Yentie we say they na menen dia face so pa ba ko so ni tie ha say so.
Okay.
So I like oh, thank you. Oh, sorry. Oh, you gone. Oh.
I think I can accept that.
You
I
don't-
mean, without any. No.
Wow.
Educated about that.
Wow. So I mean today will be a special day because a lot of things that you can learn from here today.
Much. Not much at all about it.
Right. So let me ask you about the history about Ashanti. What do you know about Ashanti?
Oh, not much.
Not
Not much at all.
why?
Well,
You didn't know
no,
in school?
we don't get educated about that here.
But just out here, no, we don't get educated about that. We ain't chire until because Wako school said they forget it. Was it no, yen chire. And so these are beautiful history out there. You don't need any bigger history. Be out China. Almost 5,000 years of history. Great War, Chinese Red Army War. No country has any beautiful history than any of Africans. It's because we don't know how to package our story. Oma yam yadwin na ye say bibia ye tan no mo de madwina koye political history. Ghana ni nadwin say history I say 1957. Kwame Nkrumah and others edge independence. We nya history. Die de ka kire no. We nya history. We nya history fia. Was ya nkyere wo mo enyo no nko a yen call the next person. This guy, a very fine guy. Want to say wono hweto abai oba besua de onim hwe mebusa no yenti ases ono so ni.
So I mean, any history about the Ashanti Kingdom? I mean, did you learn any history about Ashanti Kingdom?
No. Today I'm hoping to learn. I really want to learn because what I've been researching. My brother-in-law's from Ghana, so he kind of helped educate me. But you know, it sounds like this Majesty is really focused on bringing people together, bringing up his community, and focus on education. Right. And when I hear stuff like that, you've got to be, you know, you want to be educated and learn people who are making those moves.
Exactly. So today is going to be a fantastic day.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Right. So we are all waiting to wait for the king. I'm sure he's coming right now. So we get ready to enter the podium.
Absolutely.
And then we'll listen to what is going on. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you very much.
Eti, this guy, very fantastic guy. Also, so why ready to learn because nothing any echiro was so nimuhe. And yema echiro munina wonim. And why you ready to learn? Another one, Suni. Yes, it's anti-West.
Okay, what do you expect from the hymn, from the king?
To learn more about the unification between African Americans and African.
So, have you met the king before?
No, I haven't.
That's your
actually.
first time?
Yes.
How do you feel?
I'm excited. I'm intrigued.
Okay, what do you expect from the hymn, from the king?
To learn more about the unification between African Americans and Africans.
Okay, have you been to Ghana before?
I have.
Okay, where? Kumasi or Accra?
Yeah, I went to Accra.
Accra.
And Kumasi.
And Kumasi. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
it was a great time.
Okay, it was a great time.
Yeah.
Okay, did you learn any language in Ghana?
Not much.
No much.
I know I'm a Tuesday born, but.
Oh, you're Tuesday born?
Yeah, but I forgot.
See mama say, who's sister there here? See mama. See mama say ni sister. Who's sister there? See mama. There here we no na. There no so ehwa pankro no ni no. We no sister ni we wa ho. Sa who's sister ni ana? What say we no say ehwa for no so omra no mun si na yi o mun si no hema. Was so see mama sister ni. I say my neighbor sister, I live in Pankrono. Oh, okay. Yeah, see mama sini sister. Oh, okay. Eti ni tintin jeti aye kan say Africa areas obi no beautiful history be a chen ye. Emo bi another, we have victories, we have losses. But Bruni Chinese they don't hide their victories and promote the losses always. No. Our beautiful history, which was done by the Ashanti Empire, the Ashanti monarchy, a beautiful history to promote the black culture. Accept it and promote it. Promote it. Because we are dying. Some me Ashanti now also whatever, nobody will see the difference. We are now, we are in a continent called Africa. And we have beautiful history. Interesting stories, but just that we are not able to tell our stories. Eti da bia ye ka wo mo de no nko a wo mo ye movie no mo a cheda de ye movie na ye hwe. Muso mo nka bi nkyira mo ma no. You see, eniema bebre na ye wo na ye de ahye dem. And na young so you can be politics as say adwen, jealousy, envy, and essay. Na Asante Empire kura hu history. And na yenuanom se wo mu nimia. Na wo kwa amosu wo. Nani angunani story de be de angunani history be na wo be hu. Esremini history be. Fantini history be ya. Enkrani history be no onua bi otia brochiro ana wo tell man wakodi obi ma so be hu. Mi busa wo. Sa Asante Kingdom history cry ni one way to standing fierceful battle with the Europeans and the British. Sagranti war, war highways. They don't read on it. Woman kind yanchre woman. They have no idea. They have no idea. Oh, the omu pen omu de chre woman. The omu no pe. It didn't know you ready come up. Okasani bebre. No, I mean strategically, it was interesting. It was so interesting. And I mean, you see, they want to get the connection. One person will the connection. Not one feel it. So almost yes, they are. And more dear be on betting. Don't want to say when see a yedia. And no money jepa. I'm telling you. Oh, MSN na say, me, the African Americans, you know. You see, they were more fear because say like we don't accept them. I said no. Now they I said they have some panic. I said no, I didn't picture, bruh. So no, they want to get even picture. They have some fear and some rejection. Say maybe desert to woman. No, it is because of how I brought you up no. And I answer can't be. I don't think that Ryan was Sabasobopa. So all the time we move around trying to get them involved so that we can educate them. So now in his speech, I'll catch them say, we all have to listen to each other. We should put our pride outside. Say, yeah, you don't want others to teach you. You have to allow yourself to be taught. Allow yourself for the Africans, your mainland, and also to tell you our story. Because America, there's no way you can know more about Africa. But in fact, some of them will know more about that because a typical Ghanaian, you know, Wadani Bruni, Wanya Bruni, so ye Cremonia, why Arab ni. Eti, and conform America, so they know more than we, our mainland, and also. But on factual basis, our mainland, and should educate Yeni and no Mayano. But then they over Ghana and in Kote Ghana no one wouldn't share. Over Busan Ghana his was Kwame Nkrumah 1957. What the Maya Mua when enemy at the internet making more money ya. Omu play any pan intelligence any more emotions. Woman hey any amuna musa woman because see jealousy no Emma woman to mean sorry. And woman be here to attract our young no. Only tourists no about no be no be the one we can call. But it's all called on foundation. Only probably only foundation. Forget it. Didn't I ask for your foundation? And it's not a baby copy. I don't want something. No or demonstrate. Woman can woman foundation and woman person but atum say young promote to at the end no ginano. Woman penesa. Amumpe. Na we aso kɔ na dua de anyini no ɛwɔ so anya no obi ahu no ɛno na wɔsoro enti na ye grow de aka no wase ba na wo si wo de anyini no wagya so na wo kɔfa de wa da be no obi hu de wase no you see intelligence wisdom eti yenuanom no sometimes they almost certain fear bi say ebi kura ya desert wo mo but enya saa ye nkyerɛ na emu ye world mainland so kura mu antem boyfo
A chief who is concerned only with ceremony, privileges, titles, and public honor gradually diminishes the institution he represents. At the same time, a traditional ruler who listens to his people, protects community resources, promotes education, mediates conflict, assists the vulnerable, and responds to contemporary challenges strengthens both tradition and society. Traditional leadership in the 21st century cannot therefore be limited to festivals and ceremonial occasions. It must be capable of responding to educational inequality, unemployment, environmental degradation, land disputes, public health emergencies, community conflict, and the anxieties of young people. The palace must remain a guardian of memory, but it must also become a workshop for the future. This requires traditional institutions themselves to accept reform, because tradition must never become a shield behind which injustice, corruption, exploitation, or arbitrary authority are protected. The dignity of women and children must be defended. Young people must be heard. Persons with disabilities must not be marginalized. Community resources must be managed responsibly. Land administration must be transparent. and succession and customary processes must be conducted with integrity.
Nashti say, now they are realizing to know their root. Yes, or say they have now realizing that their background is from African soil. Few years ago, these people were looking down upon us. When you argue with them, they always say you African. Yes, Nashmi. No, I am feel offended when they say you African. See, let me tell you something, Nashti. I know na mistake I see in here. Che we abone a friend monkey wahu. What didn't I say best 2 years? Che no na fa no kwotena another cage him. Best 3 years. So we in ba on tena ba bia na na obekọ cage him. So we a mass. I say what you and mass. Busa say over 400 to 500 years ago no be a training Obama. And what they and some obema o ho ye hyin e de ahye ni trim. Bisa say o ho ade na obadwuna fa ho. They don't argue with us. In fact, we don't need to argue with them. Say in history, no, we don't need to argue with them. I don't argue with African American. No, see, don't even try to argue with them. First of all, you must understand what shock no makumno. They've went through some shock, and most of them ain't healed. In the South Mokasa, they will tell you we want to get some information for us to get healed. So because I want to be healed, it takes a serious issue. If you don't argue with them, don't ever even argue with them. Actually, we Africans now, your mainlanders, we don't even need to argue with them. We only need to convince them. But by having said some, extreme information that we can argue with them. So information, you are rather using it to convince them. You don't need to argue. But some information in there, you argue with them. It will be like, oh yeah, you are from the poor land. Yes, yeah. You see, no, it will never bring any results. You don't need to argue with them. You must understand them. Say, Obina achu omakoshe cage mu for so long. So until argue when you argue way. So because of brainwash a very dangerous. What is as of even today. What they were said in Kremo for Arab was your brainwashing Kremo for Ghana, most of them. Amo bia je de say o twese ka akura koku nipa obekọ ala wo de wa bisa say why I don't nipa timi do sa level no afi obete ye nuanom ase wo de hwese Ghana ni wo ye Kristo ni na wogitum say o hye na japade wo so no wu anu akofa wo de wa dwene ho. So this is a simple mass. You don't need to argue with the African American. No. The only thing is say you must have a certain level of information, the basics to convince them. Say no, the omokachero no also defeat the kachere wo no. Now woman ta wood information be there you a bit turn into argument. But for me, when I met my channel post a long video, they won't rather to even argue with me because I am giving you facts. Oral facts na me man o check so sanity because me kachero say me nananum ewe warriors. Make sure wars are yakun, and yet not just by mouth. I will tell you the wars are yakun. How are the victory are yenya any losses? Na ya tro ekwan fast nya losses no. Afa ni pan betia say today systems are operated the same thing omo de be face here. So they will understand me easy. Say nkofo no kra no be omo timi am defeated by themselves. They came with our own people. They came with our own people, different people before they were able to harness us. Better who can wait now bet me check so British for no museum. They will tell them say yes, we fought the Ashantis. We didn't take it easy. Before now, you call by returning from 1800 to 1900 before we were able to annex them. What do you say? And imagine for all these years, the decades, before they were able to annex Ashanti Kingdom. And also those days, no be a country be anybody. No country be anybody. It was monarchy kingdoms and groups. You don't need to argue with them. So let me say, don't argue with African American. Most of them, they are healed. We need information to get healed. They never been get healed though. So if you don't know, and look, even professor telling me said they don't know. Say we have a beautiful links and beautiful culture and traditions and kings and queens. Nobody will teach them. Nobody, because they don't want them to know. See, that's the point. Why? Baby, would they imagine the stress level? I mean, the system speeding. American system is speeding like a donkey. And imagine, so a time background to learn about Africa. And two, the news circulating about Africa is so disgusting. Most of them are disgusting. Political corruption, bullying, lot of things are bullying on the media. And they control the media. They are pushing the algorithm. How do you expect these people to, so she on value? On value that. Yeah. On value. Now, cry on value. We even the people in our mainland and so on. Because how they disrespect one more and walk down. Or not just all top because we call higher education, a higher schooling. But when him say, walk school no work the human or they pen just one million such about Ghana crana yet. Young crown one way school 10. See their behavior. Go to the public offices. So it is not their fault today, neither tomorrow. So that is the problem. That is the problem. Nasty. So anytime no share maybe the program be bench. May the program be baba. We will get close to them. Yeah, you be ben. Yes, a session be baba. Yep, I will get close to them. And yes, we will ask them questions. And then yes, you be answer, not to argue with them, just questions and answers. The yaka woman, yes, you the front, but now if we challenge the yaka woman near her. That is how we have to do it for them to get their minds back. I had a reason so, but I just page in my money and queer them. It was interesting. Sir, and Crawford or market cancer, Magu and Crawford trim. And some of the market can be pa and Yura or church, yentia so kakra, yentia kakra.
Tanzania is therefore not the owner of the nation, but its custodian, and that distinction is fundamental. The occupant of the golden stool receives an inheritance that existed before him and which must endure after him. He holds authority temporarily, but he holds the people's heritage in trust. The land, institutions, memories, and moral obligations associated with the stool cannot legitimately be reduced to the personal interest of the individual who occupies it. No. Because from this perspective, leadership is a form of trusteeship. The idea of trusteeship contains an important lesson for all systems of governance. We hold office temporarily. We inherit institutions from those who came before us. And although we exercise authority in the present, our decisions affect people who are not yet born. Eventually loses legitimacy, and leadership that seeks privilege without accepting obligation weakens the institution from which that privilege derives. Permit me in this respect to draw upon the Ashanti constitutional tradition. The Ashanti political system is sometimes misunderstood by those who encounter only its visible manifestations: the golden stool, the royal umbrellas, the drums, the gold ornaments, the linquets as they stand here, the swords, the procession, and the great ceremonies of state. These symbols are important because they are the visible language through which memory and authority are communicated. But beneath the splendor lies a sophisticated philosophy of political responsibility. The golden stool is not the private property of the Ashanti. It represents the unity, identity, historical continuity, and collective spirit of Asanteman. The Ashanti is therefore not the owner of the nation, but its custodian, and that distinction is fundamental. The occupant of the golden stool receives an inheritance that existed before him, and which must endure after him. He holds authority temporarily, but he holds the people's heritage in trust. The land, institutions, memories, and moral obligations associated with the stool cannot legitimately be reduced to the personal interest of the individual who occupies it. Because from this perspective, leadership is a form of trusteeship. The idea of trusteeship contains an important lesson for all systems of governance. We hold office temporarily. We inherit institutions from those who came before us. And although we exercise authority in the present, our decisions affect people who are not yet born.
Enti enra di otikra wi ne bra nwa so krobia sante kotoko yiri tumfo nyame kese. Enra speech no ebigiri se mo a na mo ne de munya bihwe ya na ne kakra ene de abai. It was so interesting. It was so interesting to see say Yewura strategically or making some statements in order to let the people understand. Na me hu video bi emsenra meba professor we sa professor or the dean ewo Howard University wo say ebra na mo ye ha woni wo da me beti ase o say ebra na mo ye America ekono na Ashanti Kingdom so far away akan wo bom dadadada o de yentie the professor was at Howard University.
In this moment, standing here with this honor that my sister ordered me to do, we know that you would not sit in this position if it were not for your mother, the 13th Queen Mother of Ashanti. We know that when you see a man in leadership in Ashanti, it's because the women have allowed it. We know that when you strike Ashanti, you have struck a rock. And when the Anglos came, when the British came and demanded the Sh0cking, the golden throne, because they thought they would break you, you fought war after war in the 19th century. Those Anglo-Ashanti wars. And you sit here as living proof that we did not lose.
But so what? This professor, he knows more. What he will say? They fought wars and we did not lose. What I say? Onukwado Onka Golden Stool was the golden throne. The British came and fought their son. So he knows what time it is. He knows what time it is.
Today, because they thought they would break you, you fought war after war in the 19th century. Those Anglo-Ashanti wars. And you sit here as living proof that we did not lose. Today, as we sit here in preparation to listen to you, I reflect on the words that you brought to the world through the United Nations, the 20th anniversary of your rulership, and you call for peace. Now, of course, if you know the history of Africa in general and the Ashanti in particular, you know that peace isn't always the first choice. Sometimes you gotta fight. And when Kwame Nkrumah, who visited this campus, of course, Kwame Nkrumah, who spent 11 years in the United States at historically black colleges and universities, first and foremost Lincoln University in Pennsylvania. When Kwame Nkrumah assumed leadership in Ghana, and the Asante said, okay, we'll go along with you, but you know, if you hadn't sided with the British against us in the beginning, we could have stopped this mess when it started. We know that every day we live, we have another chance to improve. So I'm going to take my seat. I just want to mention a couple of other things because it's important for all of us to let everyone who is a visitor here, and believe me, none of you are visitors, beginning with you all. Y'all are now family. You always were, but now you know formally. It's important for you to understand, I think, a little bit better, I'm sure you do already, the impact that Ashanti has had on us. My own blood niece is named Yasantiwa because when the British took Crimpy into exile, and that sister came out of Ajiso, that queen mother, and Ashanti said maybe we will negotiate with the British, and oh, Yasantiwa stood, that queen mother, and said, oh, ye men of Ashanti. Oh, never would I think I would live to see the day that you would not fight for the return of your king. But if you will not fight, the women of Ashanti will be on the battlefield in the morning. And when we achieve victory, you and I welcome in our beds the next morning, the entire Ashanti nation. Face the British, don't mean to embarrass your Otumfour, those black women are bad, ain't they? I already know. There is something for us never to forget. We never stop being Africans. Your visit here strengthens the loop. We are at your service, and you are part of our family. So as you stand and we get ready to hear from you, please understand that whether it be Howard or FAMU, whether it be Lincoln or Grambling, whether it be Tennessee State or Oakwood College or everywhere in between, we are sister institutions to Legon and Kwame Nkrumah University of Technology. We are sister institutions to the University of Cape Town, the University of the West Indies. We one big black college, Bob. And we're very happy that you are here to join us, and we can't wait to hear from you. Madasa.
So, it was interesting yesterday, said the professor, to strengthen the people out there, diaspora, our brothers and sisters who live in diaspora. Otumfour's approach and answer the appearance strengthens them, reminds them of where and who they are. And it's a fact. We have victories. We fought wars. We were able to stand and defeat the British. We fought to defend ourselves, which we were able to. We wanted to rule ourselves. It's not wrong for people to stand say we want to rule ourselves. That's what Ashanti was able to do. And then yen Crawford be say yen tiasi ade na Ashanti force one person muru hwe tibroni be uru na yemawa. That's your case today. A word to a wise is enough. And on earth is making some statement. We say even Professor any statement. Okay, I was saying when the British want to say okay, you want independence, okay, but make sure you don't go and sell us out because we want to join and build one nation. But at the end of the day, today, the end will justify the means. As we are here, you know who say independence near Kwaji a year and I say nenye a DNC. Young Queen, I had a reason so. And some in the PMO, the beautiful point in it say, yen animal diaspora no are learning more. So we at home no should also learn. As you see, the audio count lang bro phone about country ni more. Can dagwan no they can dangwe can ewe no can more. And don't be shy, men yemsro men ferry and Rayura can say, Chira Ubani Kassan was one what Chirani man on animal was here me mawimu. Me chromu no so mokasani. Eno na esa we ma wire mfere sa wo katwi mo bia enhunahuna da what you say now we day do for che day it dan so mu che sentiment na ne denchem na Ghana for no bi kura te Ghana ya no ho ye mo ho especially do Accra Accra the inferiority complex ne mo cash ni people look down upon themselves. So low esteem as by Accra. I'm shocked. Mr. Nano me drew. Just will be a cambrofo. Wouldn't be a cambrofo Accra. Hey, and I'm saying idea ni. Women Accra, the more we away. And Nguasiani too much. Now almost most of them know. A trauma because Kumasa for among Cambrofo. Near the other, yet John Soson so tasokra. Be bored, your board Nakase. Ya ni so John Soso taso ya the other. I'm a camera from the Cosi say, still young Cobia, still not the eternity. It's your woman here, na ya near saying a minister Tibon Coso say, Yako for Chinese in Arabic Abecon, or Mabu bought down on my Guinea or my Yari Yarinti. Obekono bit also a cremoni, not Genesa or no Arab Ninti. I, Mon Pencrem for 17, Mosema Arabic, as a bottom, or Yari or not dream. Or Yario, or Yari. Oyari Kramoni not out Ghana say Adaya walk a set Yazami and Far Arabic meant one penasem. One Wayaru or Najinim. Najinim Koye. busasa wo Arab ni no da be no be kasa obeje wo kasa asua eti abibifo na e wo mainland ne so no bebre wo adwene mu yade na wo kasa wo ntie o wo du akra me se nanu me du pa lowest omo oche se obi e pese okamro fo na me say ye ne de ne Europa jade o cheche na me de katwi na me na sa okra do fi America na ba na me say hey shut up America ko hwe obi atro 30 years won te brofo ba akokra wo ma me ka kire wo Spanish for o ma tra kro mu make sika cha wo Ghana ni so wo do brofo ne ye de ma ne nwene no wo brofo no de ye India ni atena America 50 years na wa building wealth omukuta American wealth kokotie brofo o ka no madwe na say na mugu kromu awo me ka kire ni studio no hwema ni dim say mo madwe na say me no tie metumi asafa player kwa America se CA enso enye no na ese madwe me ye Ghana ni me ya Ashanti ni do obi trafi say wo American ti ese wo ka brofo wo yare America for no ko offices in the company ko brofo mo keka wo ko brofo mo keka wo bibini na tese na dwe na say eyo bi kasa wusua ye men kasa mensua bro but ma brofo sam no enyi wakoma nyina no fa energy ka ukrom kasa ne yenko yanim fa energy ka ukrom kasa eti afutu a yewura ka kire omo no bi no wo musua ye kire me drop another video wo ma jatu said now ombe kire omo mane kasa ombe kire omo atense e wo ha ba bi ma me hwe enkoda bi yes a school for enkoda no me ni bi last interview bi wa ma me hwe se be nya wa so yes anti ma sa de ne ye me type em say hana de wan fama em say hono ore me ba em say me hu aba ore ma me hwa asoso me say yeah hana ka me hwehwe ba bi di ama em say ore man fama echina me drop sa de no me drop hono de ama hwe young people ni nankura no yeah womani a say yeah no yeah eno ye be sun ye kasa no ye be tetere ma no what echina me meja no echina ajajro bi kasa za ka fa arabic dia be ka mumu bodam a we munyina soro na mu do mo kwosra ka say ye educate wo mu bo school no mo ko ne keke omunya educator bia no educator person bia no obe pege obi ama na betena no so obi ana adwene nye na ye kura de wo di ka hu bi di abrofo British for de ayeye oma change ye kasa ama kasa na affect ye din affect ye thinking ya dwene se de edwene wo se me say ko fa Arabic de abeka hu so oma bu bodam say omo yare wo dwene wa ntia se sandisi for na ban oma bu bodam haru na dusu em so wo bodam bibi ye na adwene wa bodam won adwenem asem bia nu am de be justify de wo ye no say me kindergarten compulsory Arabic language wa bodam e de nkwase asem no mo ni nteda mo hunu hweda omo wi no sa be gina say ye pan-africanist and I mean no me expect pan-africanist for say kombe so de tia sa de enu nti na me ne so call pan-africa me no more problem because omo ye fake unia bibini wakasa adominate wo se wo ye di mane ko fa Arabic aba na so called pan-african for shame on you anytime you sankrofoni bia me no more problem sa pan-african omo ye fake because woman kasa wo low esteem in as woman life woman look down upon themselves sa so called pan-african 90% of them woman low esteem somebody say come kasa tia sa ankwase asem no you need to speak against our foolishness no Britain yakofa ne kasa be so ko achenye bibia asesa yedin etianu nkwa nkyere munyansa Arabic ni abesesa yedin say ade Abubakar Muhammad enti wonwene ho wo ye de kwa Abubakar Muhammad wo ye de kwa Abubakar Muhammad enti wonwene wo wi aso pesa oni bro ni yepe wo wi asemesa me ni Arab ni yepe obedi usu sa wadwene ne wo fom isa say wo stage ye be ka kire manfo so obi ansesa ne din edin no mo de ato munyina mo nsesa no there's nothing called Christian name or Arabic name. Sisani free so na eyankwato. Eno na baby ejina na seke kan yang nya no. And yo monye. See baby ejina yi. Aye be ka kire generation say obi ansesa de da no so. Kosi san ne pew na di fato so no. Enye omo nti ase. Na me leader, ka me yi 1 year si obi abasesa bro ni bidi beto obasesa no. Sa me be leader. Ade am cleansing am ya no. First mental cleansing. Say mandatory obi abasesa ni din. Edi ye bro ni di bia da so yo obasesa no. Na me amasa amani aye ni free. So obi an kwasesa ne be set. Na ma penkrofo atro wa wanye bia so mechi watum. Wa wudnim a obema obi abrese wo sesa ne di mechi watum. Me first year dia me no. Step by step, sani no. Ansa na me attack o me kasa no me de ahye no. Sisa mo bia sisa ne din. Oh yes, munim to me e wo muntia. Munim, you people have no idea. I to us me daddy me the Kevin, me the Richmond, me the Richard. As you say, if you grow so, as you say, me the Jennifer, me the Janet. We and go as same say. Mr. Me leader sana kama yo. Mr. Etimi ya me yesa se me fie for kofa sa di ni beto so. Ade ya me ya ba ko wi asa odi bro ni di me frɛ me. Ade ya me ya no no. Me ade ya me ya kase pa no no. Sa wasua de so obete de me kan ase. Ade ya me ya kase pa ne se odi bro ni di me frɛ me. Ya me ya pa me de maka ade ya me ya ba ko no no. Because bro ni usisa odi beto no so no abɔ ni di wa mo de yekura na ne boafo. Broni o boni dinu wa modi yekura na boafo how much was o do bibini din beto no ho so ade ba kono no sa me leader me first attempt an kama ye no memo bia sesa ni di wa country nim I tell say Arabic language wo to wo ya Arabni wo ba hu nua bibini a wo yesremni wo ya Hausa ni ofri Nigeria no wa begina ye no bawe ena me Abubakar me Yesfuse ne de ndie wo ya Arabni ehon kwa defeat u sasa wo kura no obi na di nyamesom bia brewo eno kwa defeat u di nkwa keke e defeat u ba wo nyanwene ho ntia o de ye nto aso me do ma siasa ye kina. Oh yes, A class, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Bob Marley says so. Yes. Mental slavery adwinum kwato eti ye na osante hina se kro bia rempim nya mekase enra woma ye nuanom a America womani age etina ye de live feed be bremo business summit wasa no mbehia na wahwe se obenya moa bi de aboa yes etina ye de be bremo live. Yes, say Facebook say yes, slavery names yo yeah. Unwo bia broni de din bi da so we slave. Obia broni di da so Arab di da so we slave. We akwa. Tinie. Entina panmu bia no anani ate no osesa ne di unza kufu ado di Williams. Pa no osesa no. Kofi anan no osesa ne di ni. Kwame Nkrumah ba osesa Francis no yifri ho. Obia nani bete bia no yi din no. No wa yifri ho. Adentina ba sa akamam ne obi kodi akunya onfa ne brof din kodi akunya adentia omunim se enkwato akunya ne yemma akwa ni nti eno nkwa aka bibi kire me busasa de tre wohini bia mfa akwa din eni akunya ba bi omudi ahinniye ma ne yefesa santiman mu no won ana esrem won so obi di enkwadi edi akunya ho edi etena skin so ya etena nkonya so no won so obi di akwa din etena nkonya so eno nkwa ma ne nka bibi nkire ho obana obawo no ka kire no na obi to what office no ka kire so bro fi obi zanza na me broni o kan wanti adidi na tem because what threaten some member ba some beverage some dina wo so to office so obey office e fu me ka kire ko wani nye sa na esa wo ye tisa di no kwasisa no why wonsa no so a wo de man nka wo but emfa nkosha obatrim fa obusua di wo krom de to oba no na jan hwehwe animu no no obi to say make of broni din broni din we de ede broni din we de ede o abrofu din we de ede na ye jimi so ne ye gege so ye jimi mu mpani ne nkoda sa broni din de ede wo din de anya de ne ya ya ma de ye ma me mo ya de we de ahye ye kon wo de wo din no wanyina Jessica ne ayi Martha no wa hwe Martha na o ma me wakofa din ato so Martha ayi Ernestina akofa di we aya ko Martha asiye ne say Martha na Martha na tena so Martha Japan na tena so na omo ye Martha fo ni nyina so bo so omo ye tebo bi sa menti ase sa di no sa Martha di se nya kura sa di na nya o de matter atotwene enya kura ne asa trick o edi ni o bible mu wei edi ni o bible mu o na atwere bible no ade no mo o twere ntie wo di ni de ne nto o ma mete Rosemary o ase ne say Rosemary na ase ne say adua ba bi o mu di gu aduanim yesase ye frɛ no so Rosemary na na wo de on kasa hwentia ade na fa hwentia nto di so ade na fa nkokɔ mesa nto di so sa open dia open sa dia onim Rosemary wo Abubakar no Abubakar se ne say Abubakar wa ye twan kramoni aye kan wa adwa no Abubakar na se ne say brabe kire ase ne say emra atentaba dedede ho apreba atuguba ho wo se ndie mempe abanga wo se mempe atenga ho wo se mempe atia ho se mempe Dorinda Dorinda ensa o ensa ya kan bi ya kan pa ya kan ade brother first Margaret Fanta Diallo Fantana na ni age say eti ya yenkwa ya slaves o ya slave ya dwe no ya yenkwa rough ya yenkwa o da undu obi an nyanka ntero ya yenkwa tie de ye ka no bane mo se wasesan wadwene de a na wo de ne bia wo se wi amanyina wie ti ayeka emfa nkɔhye wo bakon emfa nkɔhye wo bakon se chinchina me ba ne ye Abdullahi ne wa ye twan mi se nkamofo de ye se wo mo se ye twan wo ka hwe onte ase enkamofo no ka do mbre wo hye ne de ye cha Kristofo ne de no wa ye twan wo ka hwe onte ase obibini jodaki o awo free Nigeria free Niger free Ghana wa ye twan Abdallah enam ya Abubakar ena die ase ye ne sei wo ya Abubakar unim Abubakar wa he Abubakar wo free Saudi Arabia wa gina ko tam obi yire dia to obi kunu krom dia yire hu bawe wo madwa we ka Kristofo ni nkrabofo no madwa won bu afu bawe sai se ya form din ai won ti ase dia me kan won ti ase se step by step o ena obi awukin won ti ase proud ade ya Constance ade ase ne say Constance ne de ade dia Constance ne de now we are not chimba no macho se ne ade na amfa santo won so yes obi di Alicia Keys etu wo kofa Keys ato so sa wo we na so be kirem se Keys ne nsafo na ne ade na obi di kwa ku nsafo de a wo hwe nanim won wudi no ande ade na ampe comfort na se ne say comfort na se ne say say any say comfort no ba be bon kirem say comfort ye asumdua na peace ana amfa asumdua nto won so ana nka se from ama asumdue ya dwen no wo bi se me de charity say charity de do ase ne say ya wo se charity ye wodo ana achede na ne ana me mfa wa achede ama achede ana anya no ana nka no won so wadwene na omadi wadwene mu ana me nka sa ne from ama achede enne na mayo ne bia ni ate se okura bote o se me ye from akua agudie yes ye be sua de we call voter region about me nuanu ewafu chochofu about innocent prosper wo mo so de nkwa na musa se na wo ka innocent na ase ye ne sei anwona mam ye ka innocent prosper innocent ya as ada na wonka no mfasa di nkyira se de nto wo so na wo mo obi di ato so na wo ba kire ma kire me wo call voter region so na ye jaja prosper innocent Vincent any wo mo so de ye jaja any odu pona no wo de jaja any Roxen for no apagya any Dixon Mixon Noxon Hexon Emixon any Nixon ya pona no de jaja Roxen for na be ye wo sa wo ontiase o ka hwe ontiase udu ye nuanu fantefo de jaja and you better sen forsa and a sen Joxon Mixon Roxon Nixon Enrixon dear sa na omugu pona no wo sa okoka bui Central region And so one fanti for the ho and fanti wo di ho. Woma tena so Robson no wo go okoka no madwa. Ewe ho no obeti favor. Favor na ye de dia. Adan na wo favor. Favor na se kire say. Obeti ma kire ogia oka obekire ma kire. Adan fa nkire say ento die ento ba ne din. Robertson for no. Say me o mi kan mo manya la no. Nigeria for no Sunday, Friday, good luck. Jonathan, good luck. Oh, busan so ba be bonchire mu akire wo. O pepa be bonchire mu akire wo. Mama Babs aba. Mama Babs, I'm Mingrove you. Oh, Mingrove you. Roxen for everything. Roxen, Nelson, Bibiayason, Ewo Ponano. Ta, I go can no media. And so, you want fanti di, I more, they didn't more the whole. O Mompe is woman in Amudino my Irano. Amompe, my Babs, as my Mika, or testify. It is mental slavery and slavery, yet that's so to more, yen free mo. Nti Mr. Wa when you need the audio and the minuni as when you know, but mo man dear. Men TLC and some my young fire another generation, and son ye won't say ya brofo tone. O man dear, Sissa Omudino, Sissano. Some metier, now so I go for me Bruni, I will to remember. O bottom. O bottom. Sissano and Chimoma, I will check, yes, I will check. A deal, and so wo besano. No, I call fan Roxen, Nelson, Jonathan, Johnson, not the other. Bentum, that's right. Or Bentum, I didn't know as I see you. Bentum, I was say, and so won't pay, not the two baby. Akushika did the dead or bet what I call for Jessica the Atonos. Akushika, it did the Akushika. Or bet what is a CIA, na mamle, na namle, just a did the dead guacra, won't bet what is a CIA. Obatwachene mensa brampa edipa wo obekwa kofa kwasi kokodi ayere ne kombare wonama no wadenden ade ya blessing ase ne say kire blessing ase ne say yenhira na de na fa nhira ne ntonzo enhira no fa to ho so fa obani so ye frɛ ne akuye nhira ye frɛ na akuye nhira ye frɛ na man nhira opie babia yes we no wo ha no free ba. And now Bobby Bruni Bibini Dina, Yaboni was now where they call this idea. No. Yes, on your rabban, your friend come to tree. Tree and I see or chili tree, where we are cheap a leopard or chicky, Sibo. Kwame tree or chicky. Now, what dear says somebody that there was a mempe because our Robert told me also. I see Mamma was yes, I'm called Nana. Dukuwa, nana dukuwa. Song, edimu fe dukuwa. Kwa uswa dukuya so de dede. Eno dukuya. Utisu wunyina nyansankwa. Yeah. Oma say adwo. Ai ya mpompo. Edipa. Edibu ha eye kire yade bi ase. Ekira asem bi edibi ekire kwan ase ekire nsuo enwia yedin wo edin wo bibi egina so yanto di kwa wo edi bia wo bibi egina so edi bia wo bibi egina so metia media ababi wi ababi no e wase ekire se makọ ena masaba makọ asaba na ya adwene mi se yesi nipa koba reincarnation nya se nyina adwen wo be wo akora se yakora di wakọ asaba wo se na na okoba enye ye na nanu animu an ye de tie edi na se ano nye wona na copy ye hwe wo nye wa wona na copy we eye wa ne ye kasa wo ti abebie wa eye chi wade wakọ asaba nye sa na shti se godson we no akofa godson ho asan na ne ye mfre onyame bai nye nyame ba bo asiako odi ne tija atwere ma ntwe bo asiako Gibson Coasting, woman de babia, miniano de babia, sensen de. Young queer name na a china, you be rasas, Madame Wasi. Eti ya china, Yagusu ya bomon kaye, 30 of our consider say a bustle. To Momon Kaya, Mobia, Mom, what DMV. Ya didn't ask Bebrem, Shepherd, why? Shepherd, na, ya really say no, young queer name. And I'm a mammy Tianuka, young queer, but your shepherd,
Tattoo side chick, tattoo side chick, tattoo side chick, tattoo side chick. Hey, hey, who you running with? Tattoo side chick, tattoo side chick. Tell the truth now, don't you switch. Tattoo side chick, tattoo side chick. You dance too close to a borrowed flame. Tattoo side chick, tattoo side chick. That ink on your skin.
Na yenu abi wa dropping in the mama nso ni dance. O say na sisi afra me I am akowua apia. Hwe udin no eye edin a eye wo ye okofo din. Eye okwo awia. Ena ya corrupt na ya akowua eye okwo awia. Udin no eye okwo awia na mo eye onkwantre o man akowua no. Dabi udin mu odupa eye okwo awia. A person who fought and who fight daylight. Akowua for no mudin ase no wo ye obi okwo awia. Very a warrior. Omo mo ko awia na sentani pa se na ni yedene papa wo di ti obetwa. Eti edin wase. Mama Bob say yes, Godson, Grandson, Blankson, Davidson, Clarkson, Dixon, Aison, Simpson, Henderson, Forson, Gameson. Microphone ya purano of we. One bet sense sana diachi. Me mama what ase pa Mama Babs. One sense sana diachi. Ahwe antweprekun on antweprekun din kase pa prekofo oprekun so eye obi a enya kutokwa se bi kura ye necessary say yentokwa but obi o fight for ade o pese o ya ade a onwie ya ne ho nto no ties we de o prekun o ye ne pre o ye wi ansa na ne ho ato no ya prekun so on prekun edin wase o na ye nsua ade ne yete oma asofo akotwifo dabrabafo bi ese mudini ye abosomdin kwase akeka sei metia na mebuafo sansam fo no mudini ye abosomdin na o bronin din dia ede ne friend bosom ne de ye buasi akon o sine buasi akon obi a wo sine bo ekon tokwa nidi no buasi akon why a warrior akofo anko a wo see there o see no sound. Why I see no sound? But your sound, I miss your sound. Your sound, pa. Proud Otumenka. Your sound, check your phone. Why? First of all, yeah, prekon, brakon, dakon, yes. Dakon amankwa, yes. Amankwa no. Yeah, okay, namankwa, yes. Nana koku amankwa. Nidini water pa, nana koku amankwa. Piao. Ukona kwa register di nani pano to on wo jimia didi na tem kire ni nyansa because na dwene wo form sa ni pano to register ono na dwene wo form wo mu nyina ye slave nko ayi for agent for nko a kire ni nyansa ka tese wan fa sa fian film so nko register ma me abati dem na wo be ye wa ha wo na de ba wiase na wo be kire me din first sa na mo yo e na wo hene ba mo sodi gina mu mo mu ja sa nkwase asem no yes wo kwa na mo be gina da bi wo first dem ni de ese ye buru ni di wa wo modam a wo betimi akachi obi say obi first name na wo ni denti abro ni ye first name and second name wo denti oye wo sa wadwen no enyini ye usua de wo ye mo educator abeti ase yes yes I am New York say my name is Amayeboa so Amayeboa ye wo no na say memene da na oye yeboa na yeboa fo no nso mo ye ayi say ayi bi afofo oye oboa yeboa fofo wo mo ye aboa fo wiase edini wase mi se di bia wase o ye boafo nyina aboafo nkwa wo wiase e wase edi bio matu bia wase na wa proud Africa ko fed yes Mascatela yeah South African name so we South Africans Mascatela ni yeah Zulu for na she say yes kwaku bonsam yeah enya so wote kwaku musam e boni o dabi bonsam no ejina homa pipi nti da bia no wote di na no wa careful bonsam ye adwene say obi o ya abono sansem eti enya so wote kwaku musam so o bonsam bi ye de agina for something it is say nyame ye nipa na ye de bibia agina ho nti edi no enya wo dia nyame eyedi hunu ye de gina homa pipi say uje se wachirem se nyame ye de ade na wachirem se yadwenem ye dwen so obi ne bo wiase yasa adwenem se nyame ye boafo nti se wo nyame ye na wo nyame nti ye didiri gina homa bibi edi no ye di nsia na ye di gina homa bibi na ye adwen se ye nkyere nti a ye nkyere Yes, Kofi Adu. Yes, Kofi Adu. Yes, will be a coba bin wadu. Edina Siano no Adu. What just a wadu. One wakwadu. Unlimited. Kofi Adu for Edina Siano. Yes, unlimited. Bibia no bet me a son, why unlimited. On your shorter. Wakwadu. Kofi Adu no. Yes. Ye didn't know Emma or the interest society woman de Asana Yasano. Near my was of work you will be that as ye didn't ye. Was some dean. Jenny, you know, proud of years was a young in cancer. It would be young here tell you when you wada in cancer. So, where's in cancer? I was you. Now, bet my general one, I didn't bet my one chassis. Oh, and kind a beginning. And I in kind Santa say the beginning will never end. And Santa. At the say enkan and sanda and enkansa and a cascasano and the spellings in India and the enkansan cancer enkan and sanda one and sanda a didn't was say on Kobusa India. Yes, Sherwa Abana Dukuya, we didn't de Dukuya. None of my Kakuyanum Abana would Dukuya Unim Kuya or do a fuyo, if say a fuyo soon a shenipa. Abana dokuya na se no dokuya fo no wo mo exes obi a wo ye afi o ye afuyo abana dokuya ekuya yo eye obi a wo de aduane mpa ne fie eti maame dokuya fo ami no mu nyina no aso wo no aduane mpa no fie. Yes, abana dokuya fo na aduane o mo ami no mu nyina so aduane mpa mo fie wo mo ya wo sa hwe nipa so wo mo yesa aduane fo abana no ebana da enna dokuya fo no wo mo obi a wo ye afuo. Ai edi kama obi nim eyedi pa de obi nim chena mesi yedi no akanfo di yedi gina oma bebi obi nim chena wo obi nim de besi chena eno ntine odi obi nim eyedi papa enso ya to atwene. Yes, Doris was yes akuya akoso ya bempoma nti we kura no se bempoma fo no ya obi bempoma obi odi bempoma odi bem man boro so bempoma fo na se no eye bempoma on say ye kase obi adi bempoma o di bem o tab o bibia o di bem victory for or victory I got to say from Victoria bempoma say ani Victoria no people don't know. And yes, Jesus abrantie na wa akofa di with Jesus ase ne say e di Jesus ase ne say. Yes, where ase kofi akosan hwe akosan akonsa wa konkon ni nyina mana santo there's no war we sa akosafo no omotia ntokwa bia ni babia na mpa so akosafo bia mu bia no ompa ntokwa ko wa kontokwa ni nyina wie entokwa na si akosafo asa ntokwa no wa ko awie akosafo bia no woni akosa tia ntokwa ma because ntokwa no wa ko awie ni din no ye fra na akosa o kontokwa no ma ne san ntokwa no wa finish no na wa akofa Jesus abrantie ase ne say Jesus en dia obi die Facebook die na na jin won na no eye mrane na jin agin e wase e ho ebeba. Yes, ko ni mo ko no gina ma kofi kwa bana kwadwo ma ni mo eye se wo mo mo piao ni mo eye ni mo se wo ye mo obi thank you te enase edin no eye nasefo oho. Yes, kunadu kunadu eyedi pa isa jejere kunadu kunadu wakun adu obi a wakun baby adu unlimited the same to kunadu for unlimited that the way that so wakun adu the year you cry brofo na waye no kunadu ye kwadu so ye kan kwadu wakun adu ti kasa na kan kasa yes we ye frɛ no ya akwan adu eye kasa no corruption ni ye no kunadu because ye pese ye twere eye kwadu enye kunadu kura eye kwadu wakwadu. Yes, kakaku eye din kakaku eye wase eye kasabebuo edin eye kasabebuo di edin asadi kakaku no eye kasabebuo ubusa mpanifo no bebra nya won afanya Yesu no da bo mo refi wo mo. Yes, amache dede su yedin amache yedin na dede nsu yedin edin pa ni nyina wase kire ema obi anse wadwe media mpanifo de bia me blame mo mo nyina wi mo se ye nuane maame no papa mo nyina 60 ni 70 ti mo din ne de mata no muntimi nsasa but enkoda ne de men en discourage wo mo kosesa kwasiko din sa enye anyway me da se yenko yenim na hwe One with tattoo side check on. Nincrophone ekum pa. Nincrophone ekum. Yes. And then the amount for trade pa. I see. Didn't do. Me tell the match last year. Aye. Lumba. There be lumba. They say and ye. I say oh. I be so no one a coffee free. Mentiasi. I'm so no akra obetchiri him lumba no. Abana boachiwa so ho. Abana boachiwa. This animal there's some of the tomo so. Agata no agata ni any ase any say. Ade any agata. Kwaku atobi. Kwaku atobi. So what one no be atobi. Na idin. Di mu de. I say see ma say I can see I was suspecting that you have come back again. Oh yes. Aye. Yes, you can. And some way when we here. I have before some fight to say,